Hello and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs in video games, with the one rule being they cannot have been featured on my channel before. In today's video we find a friendly face in Among Us, we try out some interesting headwear in Pipe BMX, and we decide to take a break from deliveries to play with a giant ball in Totally Reliable Delivery Service. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, the best place to let me know is in the comment section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and if you do want to enjoy this video, then leaving a like, subscribing or turning notifications on is really appreciated. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's take a look at a couple of Easter eggs I missed in my Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 video. In that video, I shared some of the references to COVID-19 that could be found in the game, including a face mask for your custom skater and a plane that told you to wash your hands. Well, there was one COVID-19 Easter egg that I missed, and it's a reference to the stupidest part of the entire pandemic. At the very beginning of the coronavirus outbreak, people were hoarding, of all things, toilet paper. Well, on the downtown level, you can find where a lot of that toilet paper went. So this room is full of packets of the appropriately named butt wipes. Of all things to hoard, toilet paper. Anyway, the next Tony Hawk Easter egg we missed can be found on the hangar level and is a reference to the original developers of the Tony Hawk's game's other claim to fame. So these are the boxes for a game called Banjo Champion, an obvious reference to the Guitar Hero series. Neversoft, the guys responsible for the original Tony Hawk's games, also developed a ton of Guitar Hero titles, including Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock and Guitar Hero World Tour. The final Easter egg from Tony Hawk is another tribute to Matt Helsom, a former artist at Vicarious Visions, the guys behind this remake. In the Tony Hawk's video, we covered the fact that the gym on School 2 had been renamed in Matt's honour, and it seems that wasn't enough for the people that knew Matt. On the New York level from Tony Hawk's 2, you can find this. Now, by all accounts, Matt was a great guy and was liked by all who knew him, so it's nice Vicarious Visions got the chance to immortalise Matt in the game. So from one extreme sport to another now. Pipe is a BMX game that feels very similar to the Skate series in how it controls. What that means is you'll likely struggle for the first 30 minutes to actually land a trick, but when you start to find your feet, it's a very rewarding experience. The Easter egg of interest from Pipe requires you to jump over the fence and head to this tree. So your reward for hopping the fence, something which took me ages to actually do, is a wearable traffic cone. Seems like a fair trade to me. Up next is a game that on the surface of things is about as unextreme as it gets, but throw in crazy vehicles and ragdoll physics and it's right up there with the previous two games when it comes to death-defying feats of skill. Now, we've already covered an Easter egg from Totally Reliable Delivery Service, that being the giant teddy bear found at the edge of the map, and I'm pleased to say this one is a little easier to find. In Booster City, you can find a giant sports stadium, which from the outside looks like any normal sporting venue. Well, if you head inside and pull the lever, this will happen. So pulling the lever throws you into a game of the excellent football with car simulator, Rocket League. Combining Rocket League with a game where you control your vehicle with each arm is actually a good idea. It's just a shame I had no one to play with. Up next is a game that I didn't know existed until a friend of mine told me about this Easter egg. Scape is a futuristic, free-to-play battle royale game developed by Ubisoft. Unlike other battle royale games, the battles in hyperspace feel like they're much more geared towards close-range engagements, with good movement being vital if you want to survive. Now of course Scape isn't the first battle royale game on the scene, but it does at least acknowledge that itself. If you land at the Emporium, you can find this. So this note that reads, Mozambique here, is a reference to the Mozambique shotgun from Apex Legends. The Mozambique is widely considered to be one of the weakest guns in Apex Legends, and many players will tag the gun if they see it just to troll teammates.
Level 2.
Mozambique here.
So to end today's video, let's take a look at the mega popular Among Us. Among Us released in June of last year, but it's only in the last couple of months that its popularity has soared, with several top YouTubers and Twitch streamers showing the game with hundreds of thousands of viewers every day. Well, not wanting to miss out, I decided to jump on the Among Us bandwagon and see if I can find anything interesting to share with you all. First up is a QR code. Now, I love QR codes in games, and I personally don't think we see enough of them. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity for a Rickroll. The QR code in Among Us isn't a Rickroll, promise, and can be found on the boarding pass on the Polus map. So scanning the boarding pass will take you to a Google search of the phrase "Yo home, smell you later." This is a reference to the song Fresh Prince of Bel-Air by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith that was also used in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air TV show. Even the cosmetics contain references in Among Us, with the bed crab being a reference to the head crabs from the Half-Life series. The mini crewmate is almost certainly a nod to Wall-E from the Disney film with the same name, and the final two cosmetics are Henry Stickmin and Ellie from the Henry Stickmin games. Speaking of Henry, Among Us is developed by the same guys that brought us the Easter egg filled Henry Stickmin, and there are quite a few references to our stick-like friend in the game. First up, you can find a picture of Henry on the wall, along with the cover art for the Henry Stickmin collection. In the trash compactor, you can find the teleporter that is often a choice in the Henry Stickmin games, though rarely the right one. Along with the diamond that Henry steals in the Steal the Diamond level. Another cool find on Polus is this. So this area is only accessible when you are killed, but it does seem that the snowmen may have just rumbled the imposter. And finally, if you manage to vote out the imposter on the Polus level, their death screen will be this. So a thumbs up in lava is an obvious reference to this scene from Terminator 2. So that's it. Thank you for all your support recently, it doesn't go unnoticed. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like, subscribing or turning notifications on is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.